Welcome to Spectrum Sphere, the channel where we dive into a diverse world of discovery. Today, we're delving into a momentous event in history, the fall of the Berlin Wall, an iconic symbol of political change. Stay with us as we explore the end of an era. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Spectrum Sphere, where curiosity meets discovery. In today's journey through history, we're focusing on a pivotal chapter, the fall of the Berlin Wall. This event not only reshaped nations, but also countless lives. Join us as we unfold the story behind this monumental occurrence. In 1961, amidst the height of the Cold War, the Berlin Wall was erected virtually overnight. Its purpose was stark yet simple: to divide East and West Berlin, preventing East Germans from fleeing to the democratic West. This concrete barrier would become a powerful symbol of a world divided. As we delve into the saga of the Berlin Wall, it's crucial to understand the underpinning conflict. The Cold War, a potent ideological struggle, pitted the Soviet-aligned Eastern Bloc against the Western democracies. This tension permeated every aspect of global politics, with Berlin at its flashpoint, a city quite literally split in two. Life behind the wall was marred with shortages, surveillance, and censorship. East Germans, yearning for the freedoms and prosperity they believed existed beyond their concrete barrier, grew increasingly discontented. This widespread dissatisfaction would fuel tensions, becoming a catalyst for the historic events that would eventually bring down the wall. In the summer of 1989, East Germany faced an emigration crisis. Desperate for freedom, thousands fled to neighboring countries like Hungary, where the government, challenging the once impenetrable Iron Curtain, began dismantling its border with Austria. This unprecedented opening provided a critical escape route that would foreshadow the Berlin Wall's eventual fall. Mikhail Gorbachev's ascent to power in the Soviet Union marked a definitive shift in policies. His doctrine of glasnost and perestroika, emphasizing openness and restructuring, signaled an ideological relaxation that rippled through the Eastern Bloc. Gorbachev's refusal to use force to maintain control over satellite states emboldened movements towards greater freedom and autonomy. As 1989 unfolded, a revolutionary wave swept across Eastern Europe. People in Poland, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, and beyond, inspired by a yearning for democracy and spurred by Gorbachev's reformist stance, staged massive protests. These non-violent uprisings were catalysts in eroding the once imposing communist regimes throughout the region. Meanwhile, in East Germany, the wave of change ignited a series of anti-government protests. Week after week, the demands grew louder, with rallies swiftly escalating in size. "We are the people," they chanted, a potent reminder that the power of the masses could indeed challenge an oppressive regime. As the protests gained momentum, the political pressure on the East German government reached a tipping point. The people's cry for freedom and democracy put the state under immense strain, forcing the authorities to confront the possibility of reform or face the consequences of a society on the brink of revolt. As November 9th dawned, the atmosphere was electric with anticipation. The East German government was fraying under pressure, grappling with massive demonstrations and an undeniable demand for change. That evening, a series of miscalculations and miscommunications would inadvertently set the stage for the wall's historic breach. In a press conference that would unexpectedly change history, East German official Günter Schabowski fumbled his notes, mistakenly announcing immediate border crossings. This blunder, laden with the weight of decades of division, unwittingly signaled thousands to converge at the wall, a momentous turning point that would unfold into a night of jubilation. As word spread of the border's impending opening, crowds swelled at the Berlin Wall checkpoints. People from both East and West gravitated towards these dividing lines, unified by a growing sense of anticipation. It was a spontaneous gathering, fueled by decades of separation and a sudden, surreal sense of hope. With escalating pressure and no clear instructions, border guards faced a momentous choice. Amidst the uncertainty and mounting tension, they made a decision that would alter history. Reluctantly, they opened the gates. In that pivotal moment, the barrier that had divided a city and symbolized a world split in two began to crumble. As the gates swung open, a flood of emotions poured through the once divisive barricade. East and West Germans embraced in tearful reunions, their joyous laughter and incredulous cheers filling the air. It was a poignant tapestry of human connection, woven against the backdrop of a wall that had silenced such moments for decades. In a symbolic act of liberation, jubilant Germans from both sides took up hammers and chisels, chipping away at the concrete monolith that had divided them for 28 years. Enthusiastic crowds dismantled sections, pieces of the wall coming down with each strike, marking the physical end to a painful chapter in history. As the wall crumbled, the world watched in astonishment. Global media outlets broadcast live the remarkable scenes of East and West Berliners embracing, conveying the immense emotional significance of the moment. International leaders hailed the event as a win for freedom, marking a pivotal decline in Cold War hostilities. The fall of the Berlin Wall was not just a victory for Germany. It was a momentous event that echoed across the globe. It signified the dissolution of barriers between East and West, acting as a catalyst for the end of the Cold War and inspiring the pursuit of freedom worldwide. As the wall crumbled piece by piece, it became a powerful emblem of liberation and transformation. The images of jubilant crowds atop the remnants are etched into history, symbolizing not only the reunification of a nation, but also igniting hopes for a future without the shadows of division. In the wake of the wall's fall, the political landscape shifted dramatically. East Germany's one-party government, caught between popular demand and irreversible momentum towards democracy, was left with dwindling authority. Ultimately, this catalyzed the resignation of the government, paving the way for a new era of political restructuring. Following the euphoria of the wall's fall, Germany moved quickly to erase the divide. In 1990, formal negotiations began, leading to the Unification Treaty. By October 3rd, East and West Germany were officially one nation again, marking a swift and monumental transformation in the heart of Europe. While the reunification of Germany was a historic moment of joy, it brought with it substantial economic and social challenges. The West faced the costs of integrating an East German economy weakened by years of communist rule, while the East struggled with the rapid transition to a market economy and the societal upheaval it caused. Today, the Berlin Wall's remnants stand as stark reminders of the past. Stretches of its graffiti-clad slabs have been retained, transformed into open-air galleries and memorials, such as the famous East Side Gallery. These sites serve not only as tourist attractions, but also as poignant monuments to history and freedom. Now we delve into the human aspect, personal accounts from those whose lives were divided by the wall. We hear stories of families split apart, of secret messages exchanged, and of the tearful reunions that took place once the barriers fell. Each story is a testament to resilience and hope. The Berlin Wall stands as an enduring symbol in our collective memory, representing not just division, but the unyielding human spirit that seeks freedom and unity. As we look back, it's clear that the wall did more than divide a city. It shaped the identity of a generation. The wall's legacy extends into today's politics, reminding us that barriers can fall and that change is possible. Its downfall signaled to the world that oppressive systems can be overcome, inspiring movements that continue to fight for freedom and democracy across the globe. The reunification of Germany marked a pivotal shift in European geopolitics, paving the way for the European Union's expansion. Nations once divided by ideological lines saw potential for cooperation, leading to a more interconnected and interdependent Europe, where the balance of power would be defined by unity rather than division. As the Berlin Wall crumbled, so did the rigid alliance structures of the Cold War. The event signified an end to the stark division of East and West, ushering in an era of new partnerships. Countries around the globe reevaluated their allegiances, often choosing collaboration over confrontation, profoundly altering the international landscape. The fall of the Berlin Wall had far-reaching effects on the Soviet Union and the ideology it championed. Coupled with economic strife and political upheaval, the wall's collapse accelerated the decline of communist regimes across Eastern Europe, culminating in the dissolution of the USSR itself just 2 years later. Even decades after its fall, the Berlin Wall remains a potent symbol of oppression and the human yearning for freedom. History's lessons resonate, reminding us that barriers, whether physical, ideological, or social, are ultimately surmountable when people unite in pursuit of liberty and justice. As we close this journey through history, I'd like to thank you for joining us on Spectrum Sphere. If you've enjoyed this exploration of the Berlin Wall's fall and its impact, please show your support by liking and subscribing. Don't forget to join the conversation below in the comments. Your thoughts are invaluable to our community.